Welcome to another episode of Friends of Brry. Today I have a very special guest named Brent. I'm sorry, not Brent. I'm confusing him for his brother. Oh my goodness. This is Tyler Williams, the other brother from another mother. Super excited to have him on. He's been through some struggles and some challenges, but man, he is kicking it in the butt when it comes to weight loss. And I just wanted you guys to hear his story and his incredible journey of losing weight and practical steps that he has taken. He's a huge motivation to me. And I'm glad to call him a friend and a brother. And so, Tyler, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
It's going fantastic.
Good.
How's your day today?
It's been good. Just working and just got home ready to have a good evening.
Very cool. Could you so for those who don't know you, which I know you, we met through church, but I've gotten to know you because I was really friends with your brother Brent. And but tell people a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about me. Well, for the longest time, I was always a bigger guy. Always went by the name Big T. That was what I went by for the longest time, my nickname. I worked for McDonald's. I have for the last 8 years. I love it. I get to see a whole bunch of new faces in the drive-thru, and I try to bring joy to everybody that I see in the drive-thru, and they bring me joy. So that I love that. And what else about me? Growing up, faith's been a huge part of my life, and just believing in Jesus can get you through anything, and that's my foundation right there. That's it about me.
Awesome. So what's the highest weight that you've been in?
The highest weight, 540-ish, somewhere around there.
What's that?
About 540 pounds.
Yeah, the highest weight.
Highest weight was about 540.
530, 530.
540-ish, 540.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
So
I never really,
what made you want to change?
I just got to the point in my life where I always knew at some point that I was going to change. And it was just having that mindset just to go for it all and just do it. And I think something just clicked in my mind, and one day I woke up and I was like, I'm tired of being, it was just starting to hold me back in things in life that there was things out there I wanted to do that I just couldn't do. And one day I woke up and I was like, I'm tired of being a big guy. So I just decided that I was going to make the change. And it was just something in my mind that just made me choose to, live a healthier life for, the longevity of my life, not just, a diet or something like that. Just, go for the goal and just keep it there.
Gotcha. So, what practical steps did you start with? Because I know you just didn't lose this weight overnight,
No.
right? And I think that's what a lot of people want. But you and I both know it takes hard work and dedication. So, if somebody's trying to start on their journey, where's a good starting place for them?
Just walking, I think, and just being aware of what's going in your body. I think I started counting calories on MyFitnessPal, and I just started counting calories and just being more aware and conscious of the decisions that you're making. I think was my biggest help, and just walking. I mean, just even like a 20-minute walk every day. That's all I was doing at the beginning. Is just getting probably maybe a mile in every day, and I did that for the longest time. And then you start seeing changes, and I think that was the biggest thing. Once I started seeing changes in my my weight, just the weight was coming off. It was a lot easier to keep up with it.
So, what do you think the hardest part is in the journey for anybody?
Hardest part? I mean, there's a lot of hard things because, like, when I get home, there's times I just want to sit on the couch and just not go out there and do the walk. I think the hard part for me is just getting myself motivated to actually go out there and get the walking done. What I found is the easy thing for me is just to be a couch potato. If I don't come home and just get my walking done, then it just doesn't happen. So that was a struggle for me because I get off work and I'm ready to relax and just do nothing. But I think that the easier thing to me was just get off work and then go straight into it, get it done. And, and working at McDonald's, that was a hard thing too, giving up McDonald's.
Yeah, because you worked it, right? And like,
Yeah,
it's right there in front of you, and you're smiling the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's safe to say that's not like you got to choose what you want, right? Like you got to keep your eyes on the prize, or you can indulge in these things that are like temporary. That it's not like McDonald's is temporary, right? Like a Happy Meal is only happy, right? But
exactly.
if you want the big prize, you got to give that up and you got to go further, right?
Yeah.
So you talked about things that you wanted to do that you couldn't do. Is there anything that you finally achieved that you could do? Or is there something that you're looking forward to doing?
There's a ton of things. I mean, even like going to a restaurant and be able to sit in a booth, that was a big thing for me. Because for the longest time I would have to pick a table to sit at in order to go to a restaurant. And just being able to sit at a booth was a huge accomplishment for me. And another thing is I haven't been able to do it yet, but is to go back to like Six Flags. I haven't been able to ride a roller coaster in probably 10 plus years. And I think that I'm really excited about that. And the energy level is so much different. I'm able to accomplish so much more than I used to be able to on a daily basis. And it's so much different. It is lots of differences. And being able to work longer hours and just not get tired as easily. And it's great.
So it's not just a physical change that you're going through. It's a mental and an energetic change as well, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just being healthy overall. And it's both body and mind. I mean, when you start changing your diet, it's an all around health. It's not just, the body, changing the way you look. It's the way you feel, the way you think even. I mean, it's a lot of differences.
We actually have a question from one of our viewers here. They want, what's your next big goal?
My next big goal? Well, once I get down to 250, which is about another 27 pounds, I want to start lifting. So I want to be like, I'm lifting now, but I just want to focus on my just my lifting and just you know just being fit. I think, you know, it's one thing to lose all the weight, but then I want to add another, you know, factor into it so that, you know, once I get done with the weight, it's like, oh, now I got here. I wanted to keep going. You know, I wanted to keep going. So my next step is to start working out harder and just lifting weights and all that.
And so you're saying that you like the drive that you have right now. I mean, that's one of the things, like when I lost, you know, 60 plus pounds myself, is like, it's kind of fun. It gets kind of fun. At first it's like, yeah, but it's fun. And so you want to have much more fun with it, right? And so you're like, what can I do next? You know, could I ran a 5K this last year. I'm trying to build up to a 10K and hopefully a marathon because I can, and I know I have the ability because I've done one of the hardest things that I thought was hardest at the time, which was lose the weight. But now I have this ability that I can continue to go and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's, you know, and when you have that motivation to keep going, you know, you set this goal for yourself and you're like, I'm going to get there. And I think that's motivation in itself sometimes. I mean, if you hold yourself accountable and really work hard, you can do anything. And you know, someday I would love to be able to run a marathon. I think that would be a great goal and stuff like that.
We could run a marathon together.
That'd be great.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, I would definitely do that. It'd take a lot of training, but it can
Hey, we have another question. A lot of training. But outside running, walking, we don't really have to run it. We just have to finish it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I started my weight loss, I walked anywhere I could go to walk. I would. If I could even walk from work, you know, to go, you know, to my wife's work, I would. And any chance I got to walk, I didn't make the excuse not to.
So another question from one of our viewers here is, are there any tips or tricks that you use to help fight the cravings in the beginning? When did those urges go away?
I would say always have something on hand that can kind of help with that urge, a healthy option. I think for me, always having something in the fridge that I can go to that is an alternative, a good alternative rather than an unhealthy alternative, helps me a lot. Because it's, especially when you're eating healthy, it's you can eat a lot more. I mean, it's weird to say that, but like if you're eating healthier foods, like you have the ability to eat more of it because it has fewer calories. So I think that was a big help for me because I could still eat the quantity of food I wanted, but as long as I made those healthier choices.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Is like when you're eating healthy, you can have more of it because I did like 2 months ago, I did a challenge to see what it's like to eat 5,000 calories, and it was hard. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Already eating like 5,000 calories as like of unhealthy food, but then I took that challenge the next step, and I was like, okay, 5,000 calories, complete healthy food. And dude, I could not get it in at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. It felt like a chore to eat. So I'm just like, I'm satisfied. I'm full now. And that's what. And I would find things that I really like you said, find things that you really like, and put those in the fridge, put those at the top of your mind. So I love cheese, and when I was doing the keto diet, like I got a ton of cheese just to eat cheese.
Yeah.
But yeah, just find those healthy things you like and put those in your fridge. So when you have the urge and temptation, it's not going to come back to you. And somebody also wants to know, what's your favorite healthy snack?
Healthy snack. Ooh, I got a lot of them. I make my own homemade jerky, beef jerky. So I like beef jerky. I'm on keto now also, so I do snacks on keto. Snacks on keto are hard. But before I went on keto, I would have to say what are snacks? I like the little Nature's Own, like little granola bars. I like those. Those are good snacks for me because they're filling. Cheese. Now that I'm on keto, I love cheese.
Okay.
Just get like a stream cheese. That's my favorite go-to right now. I got a lot of them though. But I'm drawing a blank.
But that's awesome that you have a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's awesome that you have a lot rather than being like, oh, I only like this one healthy thing, so screw healthy eating, and stuff. But you're a huge believer that it has to be the diet and exercise have to go hand in hand, right? You can't just have one without the other.
Yeah. I believe since I started, I've always done the exercising and the calorie counting. And I've seen results that way. I've done just dieting and not much exercise, but I saw results, but I like the overall health. Getting that exercise in just helps with my feeling better. Same with food, but it's just an overall healthy lifestyle for me is including exercise.
I like that. And it makes you feel great.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know you, we have to circle back for one of our viewers' questions. But what I want you to tell, you made a big move. I think it was in January.
January or this last January or the January before?
January 2020.
Oh yeah. I made a big move.
You what?
Do what? Oh yeah, I made a big move. What am I thinking? I got married.
You got married, yes.
Yeah, I was like, what?
You got married.
My wife's gonna give you for that one. But but yeah, I got married. My wife has been that was funny. My wife has been a huge motivator for me because we've been together for over about a year and a half, and she's been a huge part in motivating me to lose this weight. Just being there for me, the support she gives me, it's been amazing. It has.
Did she go on some of the walks with you?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. We walk together, and she's great. Yeah.
So I know you kind of already answered this at the beginning, but some people are just now tuning in. In your weight loss journey, they want to know what your initial inspiration to lose weight was. What was the initial inspiration?
I think the initial I think I saw myself going down just a dark road, and I did not want to live my life like that. at, the weight I was, and I just started having complications and issues. And I was like, if I didn't make a change right now, it would have been tough to get past that. And I think the inspiration for that change was just, I think at first I knew I could do it, but just having my wife there to support me through it, she was a huge inspiration for me. I think the first couple weeks up to a month were the hardest, just getting past that. But once I got through that and realized that I could do anything I set my mind to, that made it easier. It's always that beginning when it's the hardest. Getting past that, once you can get past a few weeks into your diet, the inspiration just flows a lot more. I mean, at the beginning, it's hard. It's hard to get that first step. But once you get a good foundation and know where you want to go and what you want to do, then it becomes easier and easier and easier. I mean, it's going to be hard, but I think that once you set your mind, my inspiration was just, in my mind, I wanted to better my life, and I made that change. And I did. And I think the subtle changes I kept seeing over time is what kept me motivated.
And let me ask you this, like, would you say that you kind of had to create this vision for who you wanted to be in order to become it? So you create, like, for me personally, whenever I'm faced with a challenge, I ask myself, what do I want? How am I going to get it? And I visualize all these things, and it kind of helped break down that process a little bit easier. And it's not an easy process, but it does make the process easier. Is to visualize and then execute.
Yeah, I've done that. I never, as I will say, as a 540-pound man, I never visualized myself as a skinny guy or as a smaller guy, but I did. I visualized me living a healthier life and knowing that I wanted to have a healthier life, and I knew what it took to get there. And I think I always envisioned myself doing things that involved being healthy, like going on hikes. And I think that's what pushed me, is wanting those things I knew I wanted, and I know I wanted to have in my life. And that's another motivation for me, was I had these goals and I had these things I wanted to do in my life, but the weight was holding me back. So I kept thinking about, not being able to do those things in my life. And I think that's what really pushed me forward in the weight loss. Just all the things that I can do now that I've lost the weight.
Is there do you ever, and this is kind of a funny question, do you ever look in the mirror and you kind of get stripped a little bit, like, hey, who's that? Hey,
do what?
Do you ever look in the mirror sometime and get confused, like, who's that? You have to do a double take and you're like, oh, that's me.
They're like, I've always been a bigger guy. Ever since I was a little kid, I was a big guy. Like, I was always above average. And I just took that as I'm always going to be like this, bigger guy. But then when I got older and started realizing that I wanted to change, And I did. Yeah, I started noticing difference in the mirror, and like it was just more motivation for me to keep going. The differences that I saw in the mirror just kept me going, and I think another thing is the people that I work with and the people in my that come through the drive-thru at McDonald's have also kept me motivated. And they come through and they're like, "You look like a completely different person." Because I see myself in the mirror every day, and I don't see those changes. But someone will come through and be like, "I haven't seen you in 6 months, and you look like a completely different person." And it's just like, it just reassures me that I'm doing the right thing, doing the right stuff to get this weight off in a healthy way.
Yeah, they say in the science that people recognize a change before you do, like a personal change. And so you could be losing 10, 20 pounds, even more and stuff. And we don't often see the change, but other people can. I think that's so powerful, and I think people need to speak up when they see the change, because it's often hard for us individuals to see that change, even though we're trying so hard. And we're just like, "Hey, come on, look at me. Like, is this working? Am I kidding everybody? I mean, the number on the scale is going down, but nobody's saying anything." And I think we should always take a moment out of our day. And that's one thing I like going to see in the drive-thru at McDonald's sometimes. And obviously I'm not there all the time, right? Is because you just get to know, there's such a positive attitude about you that you can't miss, right? And I think that the change you have, and every time you post a picture or I see you in person, I just can't help to be encouraging to you, because I know you put in the work. I know you are making a difference, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence of highlighting that, because it's incredible, dude.
Well, I appreciate it. I enjoy making other people happy. I think it makes me happy if I can make somebody else happy, and just being positive. I think I think the world needs positive people, and I try to shine that bright light.
And one more question, and then I will let you get back out to walking in this beautiful weather or whatever you have planned today. What do you do when it comes to plateaus? Because I hated plateaus. When it came to plateauing, when you get in the zone, and you're putting in that change, and it just stops for a while, right?
Yeah. So I plateaued after I lost 200 pounds, and I didn't know, and I was doing the same things. I was going to the gym and putting in that work, and the weight was going nowhere. It was going nowhere. So on the diet I was doing first, when I lost the first 200 pounds, was just counting calories and exercising. I've been walking probably about 4 miles a day. I try to do at least 10,000 steps a day. And when I hit 295, I believe it was, around 300 pounds, I was around the same weight for almost a month. And I was like, I need to change something, just change up what I'm doing a little bit in my routine. I kept the walking. I still walk 4 miles a day, but I changed my diet a little bit. I started doing keto diet and just reduced my carbs down to 20 grams of carbs a day, and just doing that. And since I started keto about 3 weeks ago, I've lost another 20 pounds. So it's working. I think that when you do hit a plateau, that just change it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be crazy like keto or something, but just change it up a little bit, and I think you'll start noticing changes again. That's what I noticed when I just changed up my diet a little bit. It's the weight started coming off again.
So to end us off here is how can people find you, and if there's 3 things that you can encourage people, whether it's in life or the weight loss journey, what are 3 things that you can encourage people, and where can people find you?
Well, 3 things, and I'll start with that. I think the first thing would be never give up, no matter what's going on. Just always keep pushing forward, because you may be going through rough things now, but it may not be that, a year down the road. Another thing would be setting a goal and just going for it no matter what, until you get to that goal, and then set another goal. Sometimes it's really hard, but just setting goals. I think goals are huge. And my third thing for just get the right people in your life to motivate you. Have those people in your life to motivate you. I think if I didn't have the people in my life that motivated me, I don't think I would have gotten to, it would have been really hard, and I don't think I would have gotten to where I am right now without people's motivation and that. I think people have motivated me a lot, and I think you got to have someone there pushing you in order to get you to your goals sometimes. Those are my 3. And what was the other thing you said, Brry?
Yeah, so I just wanted to know, you're having this incredible journey, and now you've reached a point. Even though I've been begging you for like a year now, like Tyler, you gotta get on social media and tell people about this. But everybody has the right time. But you just launched an Instagram page, right?
Yes.
And you're sharing recipes, and you're sharing tips and things that have worked for you, and I hope they work for. And so, how can people find that Instagram page, or just find you to reach out to you in general? I'm actually getting like text messages right now of people who know you, and just saying how much of a blessing and inspiration you are, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I did launch an Instagram page. It's under Big T period 1994. So, and I'm just putting recipes on there, and my weight loss journey, continuing to upload new pictures and stuff on there. And I do post on Facebook some, but that's if you want to watch me, then that's where I'll be, is mostly posting on Instagram.
Awesome. Well, Tyler, thank you very much for being on this show, Friends of Brry, today. You've been a great friend to me, and I'm just so happy and so inspired by how far you've came. And I believe we go back like 10 years, even more, And so just seeing the change over the past couple of years has been really inspiring. More than you know. And I just want to congratulate you on marriage this year. Congratulate you on the hard work you're doing, and just encourage you to keep it up, keep kicking butt and taking names, because that's what Big T is about, right?
That's right. That's right. I appreciate you you allowing me to be on in your interview and everything. I've had a great time. And I appreciate your friendship, Brian. I do.
All right, well, there you go, folks. Tyler Williams in the house. He shared his journey on how he lost 260 pounds. Did I get that right?
260, yeah, 1 pounds ish. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you want to reach out to him, and you feel free to reach out to him on the Facebook, or go to his new Instagram page and just leave him a quick inspiration note. And you're getting lots of love in the comments over here. So make sure you go check out the comment. And once again, just thank you for being on the show. I'll see everybody next time. This is Friends of Brry, and thank you for being my friend.